Welcome to the Shorty Talks podcast.
Welcome, baby. Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Episode 3,
We are
baby.
now at
Your favorite duo is back, baby.
consistency.
Consistency. You ain't playing.
Who, me?
Yeah, you
Nah,
consistent.
nah.
You making sure we consistent with this shit, giving it to him.
You gotta apply pressure. You
Raw.
can't let up.
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about the raw part.
Here you go,
No
Stone.
raw dogging over here, baby.
What the fuck, Woo?
No Diddy.
It's Shawnee, your host.
I'm Woo, your host, Spooky.
This boy's crazy. It's sponsorship by Top Tier Smoke Shop and in partnership with Union Street Podcast.
Yes, sir.
So y'all know we started a little, could say a trend, something new last episode, mental health check-in. So on a scale of 1 today, on a scale of 1
though,
to 10.
we ain't even do the is Woo. You know me, Spooky 5'7" with brown eyes. Y'all know me. Everybody call me Woo. You know, shout out to the Spookies. You know,
5'7"
me?
with brown eyes is so
5'7" and a half with brown eyes to be mistaken. You feel me? You gotta get a close up on the brown eyes, but we ain't gonna get into that. We back to the mental health check. Mental health check.
1 to 10.
Ooh, we in sync. We in sync. See that? Your favorite duo, 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
I gotta be honest, right?
100% honest.
5. You know why? 5.
From today or the week?
The week, 5.
5?
Day by day, though. Day by day. I'm getting through it. Day by day. I got on your nerves the other day, but day by day.
This week, I give myself a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
No, I don't give you a 9. I'm sorry. I gotta
not?
step in. I have to step in. I have to step in.
Yo, I got
What
2.
you took 1 point off from that shit the other day?
Yeah.
No. You gotta
'Cause
take
in
more
the
points for
In the
that.
last 2 days.
You gotta take more points
Let me-
off for that.
let me-
8.
No,
No,
let
8
me
and a half.
explain.
Okay, explain.
Mental health for this week, 1 to 10 is a 9. Yes, my 1 point for my 1 day, but outside of that, I got honored 2 days out this
Why
week.
you ain't bring no award? I forgot to
Oh,
tell
right.
you that.
I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. I'm gonna post it on the story.
Yeah, you got to. Damn.
Oh, right,
and
I could've put the award right here.
Yeah, you supposed to bring the award accolades. Now every episode,
I'm bringing
I
this
want you to
episode.
bring the award, and I want you to leave it on the table. Shawnee, no, this week I've been calling her. I told her I want you to be more. How can I say it? Give y'all more information and more insight of what she does and the work she puts in, and give out the information that y'all need to get. Y'all gonna see that, and after this next mental health check-in, go.
So, addition to the mental health check-in, we have 2 numbers for you guys. You can call 201-547-5114 or 201-688-0508 for mental health assistance in Jersey City.
Yes.
Just wanted to give you guys
That.
information, being that we're doing mental health check-ins now. Think that'd be very helpful. So if anyone needs any help outside of friends, family, whoever is your go-to person, call those 2 numbers to get some assistance. You want everybody's mental health to be good. So you want to get into topics?
Yeah, we can get
Yo, a
into
lot of
topics.
people say like we be having good topics.
Yeah,
We be
I
having
think
good
so.
topics. I think we do
I think
too.
it's more so, this week I kind of got on you. I wanted you to be more, get topics that's in more towards, what I mean, that fits you.
This week I got on you.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
I mean,
you-
yeah.
Well, a lot of people got on you through me.
Yeah,
But
they
I
got
was
on
the
me.
messenger.
They got on me. They got on me.
I was the
I'm gonna
messenger.
be better today. I promise. And moving forward, I promise. They got on me. They did. In a good way. Taking accountability.
Constructive criticism. is all
Constructive
it
criticism. That's all it is. Every day we trying to do better. We gonna get better.
is. It makes you better.
It makes us better. Y'all gonna see this episode.
So our first topic, we got grief and depression.
Mm.
So the first question, y'all used to our routine by now.
Yep.
How would you define grief and depression in your own words? You would put it on me, right?
Yep.
I feel like grief is something. I don't really like how grief works. Excuse me, because I feel like, something happens, you go through it. Example, losing a loved one, right?
Mm-hmm.
and you never get over it. But grief is just mad random. Like you could be having a good day, and a picture, a song, anything can just shift your whole mood, make you want to cry. Like grief is sneaky. And depression, I feel like with depression that, you know, if you don't really pay attention to the signs, that you will be dealing with depression and have no idea that you're dealing with depression. So in my own words, those are like my two definitions of it, and it's just like it's crazy how they go hand in hand. Because going through grief can cause you to sink in depression,
absolutely.
and it's like kind of vice versa too.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like with grief, I feel the same way. As far as grief, like you never get over it. Anything can bring that feeling back. It could be a loved one, it could be a relationship, it could be a lot of things, but just one simple thing, a car could ride past. You can see a family member of that person that passed, and that could bring back memories, and you can go through grief, and you can be sad. Some people, I knew, rest in peace, Fantastic. He always told me, you know, when we used to go to funerals, and he used to be so happy all the time. You get what I'm saying? And one day I said to him, like, bro, it's not a time for that. Like, for example, my aunt had passed, and I was sad, and he was just trying to keep me up, like uplift me and be happy. And at that moment, what he said to me always stuck with me. Like, when I die, nigga, I don't want you to be sad, nigga. I want you to celebrate. I want you to be happy. And you know, people always say that.
Right.
But coming from a person that lived their life to the max, that was always happy, that always was on 1,000, it just felt different coming from him.
He had energy out
of his world. So, you know, just an example of dealing with grief, especially when it came to him. Like, I think when I was dealing with the passing of family and friends, I was always sad, crying. And with him, it just, I was sad, but and to this day, it's been years, and it still didn't, like, hit me yet that he's gone. I ain't get that moment to where I actually broke down and cried. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
in that aspect, like with him passing, I celebrated him. You get what I'm saying? I still do to this day with a lot of shit that I do. I just celebrate him. And that's the way, that's grief too, though. You could be happy and grieve.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I learned that through him. That's just a grant. But on another note, as far as depression, man, that's a real thing. And shout out to Shawnee. I called her and I asked her to find some information for you guys to get those numbers so you guys can get help as far as mental health and depression. That's something that I know she knows, like, she can get help. Even if you guys, I don't know if it's okay, if you guys need to reach out to Shawnee, she has a lot of access and she knows a lot of people, and she can get you guys some help, you know, if you don't feel like talking to Shawnee. But depression is real. You get what I'm saying? I think we both have our days where we depressed and we go through things, and everybody deals with it differently. You get what I'm saying? When I'm depressed, my go-to is my kids. That's my go-to. My kids, like, they just uplift me in a different type of way. When I'm around them, I don't feel anything. I'm not sad or nothing. So that's my way of dealing with depression. But a lot of people are not mentally capable of dealing with it. And we see that every day with drug use, with a lot of things. Some people take their lives. Like, it's real. Depression is real, bro.
Yeah.
And you have to catch the signs. And sometimes it's be too late, and people cry out for help in different ways. You get what I'm saying? So that's definitely a great question. And if you guys need any help or anything, Shawnee ain't answer. She really kind of antisocial, but she don't really like talking to a lot of people. But if y'all need some type of help or information, reach out to Shawnee. She can point you guys in the right direction.
He just keep trying to throw shots at me. It's crazy.
It's the truth, though.
What?
It's the truth. You have access and you know a lot of things.
Yeah, and I give information
yes,
to
that's
any
why I
and
told them to
everybody
contact
that come,
you. You
come
will
my
get
way.
them right.
If I don't know it, I figure it out.
Figure it
I call
out.
SB first,
Yeah.
and then we figure it out.
Figure it out. The spookies y'all could get with Shawnee. She gonna figure it out for y'all.
The spookies better not come by me. They better not come
Spooky
by me.
CEO.
So we kind of said the triggers, like, you know, it could be a song.
Did.
So the next question is, how do grief and depression show up in the streets? Do people even recognize they are dealing with it? Now, I put this question because I feel like, you know, coming up in the streets and then being instilled with the street mentality, it's like, even if your friends pass away or anything like that, like, niggas can't cry.
Whew.
Like, we could be around each other, we could talk about it, we could feel some type of way, we could be angry, but then it's like niggas just can't cry. And I think that, you know, that plays a, like, upholding your street image is like, you not allowed to cry, basically, type shit. So even if it gets to the point that some people do cry and like you see that visible in front of you, it'd be a point where, you know, somebody follows up with, like,
you a bitch or something. Sorry to...
Not even like just that. Like what Meek Mill said, you made me cry, nigga, and I don't cry, nigga. But it's rare because you have to keep your image first. Like, yo, you know that somebody's hurt, and then a lot of that just come from, you know, it's built up anger and shit. But being in the streets is just like, I don't even think people that really in the streets notice if they're like depressed or dealing with grief. Like, niggas know that, like, I lost somebody and I'm hurt and shit. But to the extent that it goes to and how deep it could go to, I don't think that...
They even realize the effect it has on their life.
Right, because us being in that position, when I look back on the amount of friends and shit we done lost, I never knew, like, certain things I was doing after I lost those friends. Like, I was grieving or I was depressed. I just was on some shit like, damn, I was hurt. But I looked at it like, man, this the street shit we signed up for, and whatever
This
happened after that, right, this will come with it. So whatever happened after that is like, it's a shocker, but now you know what you gotta do. So you just, fuck that shit, it's up type shit. I don't think nobody really thinks about it of what the signs really are and what are you really putting up with yourself.
Sorry to cut you off, but you said something, right, as far as like showing emotion. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The last episode, I had a episode to where a topic that we had, and it brought out my true emotions. And I don't think a lot of people, you know how I feel about my kids. We talk about that a lot, but right. I cried on the podcast. And one of the things that I said was, you know, in a joking manner, but sometimes, you know, you say things out of a joke, but sometimes you try to look for a response. And I said, yo, I edit that out. And you said no. You said no, you're not gonna edit it out because you're showing vulnerability. And I know, you know, like I know, I don't care what people think about me.
Right.
I really don't. You get what I'm saying? I'm showing your true emotions, and it's okay.
Right.
You go back to.
Because
I just wanted to say that.
No. It relates to it, but I felt like that too because we're gonna be honest up here, like we always say. Like, we're gonna be honest, we're gonna be transparent, we're gonna be vulnerable. The topics that we're speaking on is just not gonna be us saying stuff, but then trying to close off on certain stuff. Yeah. Like, no, we're not gonna tell y'all our whole goddamn life story, certain stuff that's not for the internet.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, we're still open in that manner. So it's a situation where it's like, I want to say fucking like, it's going to be my turn one day too, right? So, yeah, I think when I said it, like, I was joking. I made a joke, but you knew, like, where I was coming from. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was episode, I was like, damn, woo, episode 2, you done cried. But I know we going to touch a topic and it's going to be like,
it's going to bring that emotion out of you
right,
too.
so it's going to be on me. So I made a joke, but that's what me and you do. We joke.
Yeah, we joke.
But it's
Yeah.
just not going to be you, and I don't want you to
Yeah.
ever feel like, yo, it's going to
No,
be
no,
it's
no.
going to be both of us. But this
Yeah.
is the type of shit
that we want to get out to people.
right,
Like
that we
this
want
is
to show
this is
type
that
shit.
type of podcast.
Uh,
But for me to answer that, I feel like
just-
in the streets, right? What happened, yo? What happened, yo?
I can't say you don't care, Mama. Tell you angry, yo.
See, what
If
crazy
you
part
would've-
is we be up here and we start getting information and we can't really share it. We just motherfuckers just be telling us shit. You
If
get
you
what I'm
would have
saying?
heard what I said,
Man.
you would have caught on so fast, yo. Oh
And we
my
gonna be
God.
saying shit. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like for that question, right? It definitely in the streets, man. Like I could say, like growing up and being around everybody, like I don't think that they understand or realize like what's really going on or what happens or how you really grieve when you lose somebody you close to or a close friend. Like everybody tries to play it off like it's okay, but it's a lot of things that you go through in life, and there's a lot of, I would say, like how you are as a person, right? Because it kind of changes you.
Right,
Sometimes it could change you for the good, and sometimes it could change you for the bad.
right,
But you don't notice that until you actually sit down and see, like, yo, this is actually having an effect on my life.
right,
All of this shit that's going on is passing, people dying left and right, my age and younger, and it's having an effect on my life.
right. And you know, we always did too. Like one thing my therapist said to me, right? And I think I probably mentioned this to you before.
Mhm.
If you was in the streets, you have PTSD.
Absolutely.
Like for I could just say for me alone, I don't watch friends die. I don't watch friends get shot and like putting
You got
pressure on
shot.
their wound. Me getting shot, running, you know, being in shootouts,
Mhm.
all that type of shit gives you PTSD.
PTSD.
And I think the first time I ever heard like where PTSD came from was like military people. And like we got a friend who was in like
Military.
You know, we got right, and it was like, yo, I knew about that shit.
Oh, I see
coming.
it from people that I know that was in the military.
Right. So it's like, but then getting in therapy, like, you know, him saying it to me and then me having a conversation about stuff I've been around and him like, yo, do you know, like, you don't know your friends got that shit.
Yeah.
And then breaking it down, I'm like,
You get fucking
100
one example is motherfuckers go through it every day. You hear motherfucking soda bottle pop. Niggas is like, what the fuck?
fight.
Was
That's
that
why I
a
don't
gun-
like
a
fireworks,
gunshot?
yo. Fireworks, I'd be like,
I hate
oh,
them
nah.
shits. I don't play with them
even,
shits.
Even little Spanish poppies round by.
I don't- that little- in the cars?
I hate that shit.
I hate that shit.
I run in this shop so fast. The next question is, a lot of us numb pain instead of facing it. Drugs, alcohol, woman, money, etc. What was your way of coping back then?
Ooh. I think for me,
The drugs.
I'm going to be honest.
I had the drugs.
Shit. It wasn't that for me. Because I got a low tolerance for a lot of shit. So I'm not really a drinker. I'm not really that. But I would say, honestly, it was women.
That too.
I hid a lot of my pain and shit that I was going through in women. And I always said, well, I used to say to myself, woman was going to be like sort of my downfall, if you want to be honest. Because I would hide a lot of what I was going through and I would deal with it with women. Having sex with women, dealing with a lot of women when I was younger, growing up. And that was my way of dealing with a lot of pain. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
that was what it was for me. I know a lot of people I see that use drugs, that use alcohol. If you sad or something, the first thing you do is run to alcohol. People don't understand, like, that's a way of coping with your pain. You see it as, oh, I'm going through this, I'm just gonna go grab me a drink. That's your coping mechanism.
Right.
Alcohol is your coping mechanism. Weed can be your coping mechanism. Women can be a coping mechanism. All of that plays a part. You get what I'm saying? And when you actually sit down and start to, and it's okay to talk to yourself. I talk to myself all the time. This motherfucker just got on me because we was having a conversation, and I just started talking to myself about something. And what the fuck you said? I need what?
Your evaluation. I just said that shit before we started. This nigga needs to be evaluated.
I was evaluated. 100%. I was evaluated a lot. They said I was okay. They said I was great. I was okay. I was very intelligent. I just had anger problems. So I was evaluated a lot as a kid. Trust me. Believe it or not, I was. But, yeah. But I'm going to tell people, right? It's okay to talk to yourself. Just don't answer yourself.
And he was doing that earlier.
I did not answer
myself.
That's
why I told him that he needed
to answer my
Yes, you did.
self.
Yes, you did. You asked yourself a question, and I watched you, and then you answer yourself, and I say you need evaluation, and you stopped. You said, what? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to myself. And I said,
exactly.
That's
I answered myself?
Evaluation. Yeah, you answered yourself.
Damn, that's crazy.
See?
I didn't even realize
Look,
that.
it's okay. You could go get evaluated.
No, I'm not getting evaluated.
I'll go
I'm
with
good.
you. I'll hold your hand.
Because you need to be evaluated too then.
I know that I should have got an SSI check. My mother should have got me an SSI check. We would have been up.
They used to tell my mother all the time, right? You remember we was in school, right? And you remember the kids used to go downstairs, they used to call them, like, after lunch to go to the nurse?
Right.
You ain't know they was giving them kids, like, Ritalin and shit to calm them down?
Hell yeah, I knew that.
So I didn't know that. So I would always say, I
ain't know like then.
Yeah, I ain't know that, but
I
would say, I want to go to the nurse. You know what they would say to me? Oh, we want you to. Your mother won't allow us just for you to go. That's my mother tried a lot of shit with me, right? She would not let them people give me medicine though. She would not let them give people.
I don't blame her though.
They would. I would have to stand in the garbage can for hours. I would be under the teacher's desk, and every time I moved, she would kick me. Like, it was mad shit, bro. My uncle would bring me to the gym and fuck me up.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy? Because
I had a lot of shit. That was my evaluation. They was whooping my ass.
In jail, like, I see niggas line up for the medication line.
Niggas just be wanting to get high, though.
No. People would just want to get high, but, and no judgment, right? It used to be hella, fiends out here and shit. They get locked up, but they really supposed to be on medication. So now you get locked up, and, they got your records and shit, so you gotta take medication. And fucking... They would take their medication, bro. First of all, they get the cup. They gotta swallow the shit.
Yeah, and so that shit was killing me.
They taking like 10 pills, woo. And like a half an hour later, motherfuckers is zoned out. Like, we sitting like... Zombies. We sitting right here watching TV and shit, and the motherfucker is like... Motherfucking medication come morning and night. Medication come again, like, yo, you want to take that? The fuck is going on here? Hell no.
Niggas just lining up for that shit.
But then when you get older, like, yo, they was sending you down there to take Ritalin. I ain't even gonna hold you. I agree with your mother. And other parents be like, yo, you not putting my kid on medication. Because that shit really fuck up. See, I'm into like reading books, watching interesting videos.
See, but I say that and I start talking about my shit, aliens and conspiracy theories.
No,
and
we not
talking
about
extra books
aliens.
That's in the Bible and all this other shit. And we gonna have a topic on that.
The real shit and we going to the next question. I'm not done with your conspiracy theory.
Yo.
Let's see. How can someone turn their pain into motivation instead of letting it pull them deeper into the streets?
Go ahead. I think
I watched something I watched something recently, right? And I had took like a note. I had watched an interesting video. I think it was like last night, and I had took a note from it. Hold on, 2.5. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Everybody be calling us while we up here, yo.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Stop. So I watched the video, right? And the guy was like elaborating on something. And he said, I didn't know my testimony could do this. I didn't know I can serve in this capacity. And I'm saying that because...
That's you.
Right. It's like when he said it, I rewinded back to hear it again. And I'm like...
He was speaking to you.
Word, like, because I really didn't know this would be my testimony, and I had...
Wait, not to cut you. Listen to me.
What?
When I called you and I said, find a topic that best... Look, see, you can't say I did my thug dizzle. Do your thing, baby. My bad. Go back. Go deep on him, baby. Go deep.
I didn't know this would be my testimony. Of course, you wouldn't know that. But I really did not know I would be able to serve in this capacity. And it's like, I feel like I took all my pain, especially what I was going through with depression and grieving after losing my parents. I jumped right into the type of work that I do now with, mentoring and all that. So I feel like the way you could take your pain and turn it into motivation, without it letting you pull you deeper into the streets, is just staying like consistent and knowing what you want to do and where you're trying to go and making that transition and sticking to it. Like I was having this conversation with somebody earlier today, and I'm like, yo, when it came for me, I knew that I couldn't work and then still be outside on the block, cause my mind would shift to, I could work and then I could trap. I could get money slow and fast. So I had to transition myself from work in the house, and that's when I started to see like damn, being in the house is peaceful. Like my house is my peace.
Absolutely.
Like I could be in the house all day, do whatever I do. Sometimes it's stupid, dumb shit, but I could sit in the house all day, relaxing, chilling. I'm peaceful. I enjoy my own company. So I think you just have to, once you have to figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, and just be consistent. And it comes with discipline too.
Absolutely.
Because you got to be able to train your mind.
Than a motherfucker.
No. And no, it's crazy because I'm trying to get more discipline.
How? How much more discipline you want to get?
Because there's stuff I lack in, bro, and I need to tighten up. Like, I'm a procrastinator for one, and I hate it. But
really?
Yeah, but I procrastinate because I
Not
know.
because, sorry to cut you off, but do you procrastinate when it comes to, like little shit? Because I think anything that involves, like, not with you being serious or, like, really important shit, you on top of that. So, explain more on that, like, you want to, like, explain to me.
I procrastinate when it comes to everything.
Yeah? Shit, you fooled the shit out of me.
But this the reason why I do. Because I know I work good under pressure.
Okay. I'm not that type of, I gotta be.
I could get a week in advance to do some shit. Write a fucking letter, for example. I got a week to do it. I'm going to do it the night before. Because I know I can knock that shit out under pressure.
That's not good. So I'm gonna help you with that. Cause
so,
I'm good with that. See how you good in certain things? I'm good in certain things.
Right.
So I'm a nigga like to be prepared, and I'm not a last minute person. So see, damn, I found something I can help you with. Look at that shit.
It's certain things that I just wanna. And I also feel like you can never stop learning or changing or growing in life.
Absolutely.
So that's something else that like I'm always open to. Like I always want to learn. I always want to grow. So I'm on some shit like, but like goals for the year type shit.
Yeah.
I wrote down that I need to stop procrastinating. I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more consistent. I read a book about procrastination recently. What was the name of the book?
I need you to give me some books. Give me some books on the
I
things
give you the books that I feel.
you need.
I read 2 books so far.
You feel like I need to be better in, because I know you got some stuff.
I read 2 books so far this year. Every 30 days I'm supposed to finish a book. But I did 2 in January. So I skipped February, so I'm starting again in March.
Okay. But I want you to finish answering, turning your pain into motivation, like putting deep into the street. You never
Tomorrow's
thought
the first. Everybody
it's
got
the first
food
of them.
stamps.
Yo, we take food stamps too.
I need some crabs.
I need some food stamps.
Shrimp. Vegas lot.
Mussels. Keep it going. You don't know no more?
No.
Clams.
Because that's all I be wanting.
Supposed to keep it going. Supposed to keep saying seafood.
Oh, I know somebody who got food stamps.
Clams, mussels, shrimp.
I know somebody.
Snow crabs.
I know somebody who got the card too.
Word? They loaded?
Uh-huh.
Whoa. But no, for real.
It's on you. I'll finish.
Okay. I don't know if I'm can you pain into motivation and letting it go deeper into the streets? I would say.
You had a good balance with that though.
What?
Like you was around us, but you never went to the extent we went to. So
No.
I feel like you had a good balance with it.
You know that good, and I always say this, and I just was saying this to somebody else, right? And I want to share this with the youth too. Just like you said, I had a good balance as far as like the streets, and also I was playing. We gonna get into that too, playing sports, right? And I want to try to tell this to the youth, right? I didn't indulge in a lot of shit that y'all was indulging in, right? And I was around, and I probably was around right before y'all did it. I indulged in, like, selling drugs and stuff like that. But as far as like the violence and other shit like that, I was hands on, was fighting and shit. But as far as everything else indulging in, I didn't. I had a balance, and I had my mother who was deep and heavy in the church. Who was on my ass to the point to where niggas didn't even want to walk past my house. My mother would grab your ass and have you in Bible study. It was crazy. It was crazy.
She really ain't playing around.
Ask Ride Out though. That nigga used to hate walking past Pacific. My mother had that nigga in Sunday school and everything. But yeah, I had a balance. But I would say, and this is what I always share with people, I didn't get judged because I didn't indulge in the things y'all was doing. Y'all didn't treat me different. Y'all didn't say I was a bitch or I wasn't this or I wasn't that. I was always myself, and everybody still loved me for that, for me being myself. It got to a point to where niggas was doing shit. Niggas would kick me out the car. Niggas would make me go in the house. It was that type of love niggas had for me that I appreciated, and that's why I love my brothers and everybody I'm around. And that created a balance for me. You get what I'm saying? Niggas didn't want me to indulge in the shit they was indulging in. And that's the problem we got today. A lot of these young kids don't have that.
Niggas
no
is
guidance.
Encouraging them to do
they
it.
encouraging them to do it. I had a balance. You get what I'm saying? And my thing was basketball. You get what I'm saying? It was times, niggas gave me curfews. Real as God, I swear to God. Niggas gave me a curfew. Like, I was hustling, but I had a curfew. And when that curfew came, nigga, I couldn't sell nothing. And I'm not encouraging y'all to sell drugs or do any of that. I'm just, stating what I went through and what I was doing. But at the end of the day, I would say people from my area helped me with that balance. And that's rare to say some shit like that. Like, the niggas around you that's into the shit they into is helping me create a balance. Like, nah, we ain't letting you indulge in this shit. Hell no, bro. You good. Hell no. Get out the car, bro. I remember I was going home. Niggas came to pick me up from the game. I ain't gonna say no names. Niggas was about to go do something. Niggas told me, walk. I said, bro, I'm not walking from right here. It's cold as hell. Niggas like, bro, we about to get the fuck out. Niggas really kicked me out the car and made me walk home. But it's that, and that's why I love my niggas the way I do, because it's like, no matter what, niggas never judge me, bro.
You gotta have 100% respect for niggas like that.
100% respect. And I still do to this day. Got respect for those guys. You get what I'm saying? Like, shout out Dean, shout out Apple, shout out Jimmy, Ramel, like, niggas like that, man. BG, Mark. Like, a lot of niggas, man, that stayed on my ass and made sure I didn't indulge in certain shit. You get what I'm saying? And that was one of the ways how I balanced the shit. Not for nothing. You get what I'm saying? But for these young kids, man, like, stand on your own too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, be yourself. If a nigga can't respect you and fuck with you for you being you, then you don't need to be around. Don't be a follower, bro. That's one thing I never was a follower, bro. I wasn't a follower. You ain't got to prove yourself to nobody but you. You get what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's
I wasn't a follower,
Hell no.
Niggas
just was doing they thing.
Yo, and I was talking about this shit.
It was booming down here, baby.
I was on the phone.
It was booming.
With somebody. I was saying that earlier. Like, yo. And this was my man's Elmo. Shout out to Elmo. And we just was talking about shit. And I was like, yo, I never, and I say this a lot though, anything I ever did was never following nobody.
No.
I never had to do none of that shit.
Never.
And I'm talking like outside of materialistic shit. I got all the love, support, everything I needed in that household.
Niggas was telling you couldn't. I remember that.
Like,
I don't know, like, no, fuck that. You just like, man.
I do what I want.
That was your face. I used to hate that shit.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. I was like, here, Shawnee, go get this shit.
And y'all knew why.
Yeah.
Because that nigga let me be wild. But I always said, like, when you just around certain shit and you seeing it, for me, it was curiosity. I started to get curious. Let let me see what that about.
Word.
And then the shit that I started doing started giving me an adrenaline rush, and it was like, oh, I like this. We outside tonight. That's what it was. However,
I like how
be
you
like
did that.
me,
However,
be better than me. So, I mean, next question kind of go hand in hand. Like somebody dealing with grief and depression, you kind of touched like with speaking to the youth. But as a whole, I would say the advice that we would give is kind of like we said on episode 2, though.
and in the beginning, we gave y'all the number.
Right, like whether it's gonna be family, friends, a stranger, a therapist, a group, just get some help and work through it because grief and depression is a huge battle, and it gets to the point sometimes where someone wants to become suicidal.
Absolutely.
And that's stuff that you don't want, especially when that occurs, and then you're thinking, what could you have done more for that person? Because some people are just like good with hiding it, right?
Yeah.
But I think the advice is just to be open about your
with that.
feelings. He's very open about his feelings. I told y'all last episode I know all his business, but he's very open about his feelings.
Not to you. To who else?
What?
I'm very open with you.
No, I'm saying like with me.
Yeah, I'm very open
no,
with
fuck
you.
the other people. I'm saying
Yeah, I'm
with
very
me.
open with you as far as my feelings, babe. I'm good at hiding it, though. I smile a lot.
I think we all are, though.
Yeah, I smile a lot, man.
Because nobody, when I finally opened up about...
Motherfuckers really think, like, you can't go through nothing,
Excuse
yo.
me. But that's another thing,
As far as,
though.
I feel like that for me, yo.
That's
Like,
another thing,
I'm
though.
so many people, like, not the, like,
or you
backbone.
can't isolate yourself
Yeah,
when you're
like-
going through something.
Like, backbone is like, motherfuckers look at me and just figure I can't go through nothing, or I can't be, I ain't gonna say, but broke or something.
My advice, our advice,
Yeah.
is to talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody. Absolutely.
matter how it's
you ever
gonna
had a
be.
time where you felt like you was so depressed that you felt like you didn't just want to be here anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when but that was after my
Yeah.
mom's passed away.
I mean,
See,
I-
I didn't know a life without outside my mother.
Yeah.
Like anybody that was around me, or like when I was coming up and shit, any of my friends and shit, if you saw the relationship and the bond me and my mother had, you will understand me saying I didn't know a life outside my mother. So it was like that shit happened, and like I remember that day vividly, like the whole day, like from like 10 to 2, like 1, we was like in the house, like the cops, the funeral home and ambulance and all them come, and then shit start getting out there because people start making phone calls and everybody coming to the house, and this nigga get on my last nerve, fucking Dean, but that nigga was at the house, and there probably was like 10 of us in the house, and he was like, yo, come on, let's go get something to eat. And we all went he knew some spot downtown. We all went and got something to eat. And then, like, we got back to the house. Everybody was, like, there.
Shout out to Dean for that, man.
Word up. He irks my soul. Everybody knows it.
He irks your soul more than I do, though.
My boy, he made, like, and it just wasn't that day. Like, Dean was coming to my house every day after that. Or calling me, like, yo, you in the house? I'm about to come up there type shit. Like,
Yeah.
he made sure, like, he stayed. And I love him to death. He get on my nerve, but I love him to death. But nobody knew. But I felt like it was a big wave that hit me. And then I'm the only child. So it was like.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I respect my aunt for this. Like, my aunt was there. But when it came to, like, the funeral planning, the obituary and everything, my aunt was, like, sitting where you sitting at. But she was like, she calls me Sean.
Yeah.
She like, Sean, you gotta do this. I'm right here if you get stuck, but
you
you gotta do this. And I just think like the wave of everything, and then the reality start hitting with, damn, how do I live on this earth without my mother?
Yeah.
And I became like suicidal and shit. Like I don't want to be here no more. Like I want to be with my mother type shit.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to like get through life.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggled with it for a while. And then 10 months later, my pops died. By the time my father died, I was already numb to shit. Like,
Okay.
I was... Yo, you want to know what's so crazy? I didn't cry from my father dying until like a year and a half later. That's how numb I was.
But that's like we talked about. Sorry to cut you off. You never know, like, how death really plays a part in your life.
And then I had to do
And
the
you'll know how
same
to
thing.
express it.
And I had to do the same thing with my father. Funeral planning and figuring out this and figuring out that.
I never had to go through that. I seen people do it, but I never.
And he was like in the military, and you know they do like the little
different
flag
process,
thing.
yeah.
You know, it took me a year, maybe pushing like a year and a half before I like cried for my father. And it was like we said, like a random day,
Yeah.
something happening,
just-
and then I just start crying. And I'm like, and I knew why I was crying, but the fact that it took so long. But my mother made me so numb, like. Even like I feel like I do good with it now. Like before I was so I didn't want to cry. Like nah, I don't feel like crying type shit. Like I don't feel like being sad type shit. And like I will fight it a lot. But now like if I get in my feelings, like I'm open enough to be like I'll cry, but I still push back with speaking when people want it because I be feeling like I'm gonna be a burden type shit. If I constantly keep telling people I'm sad because my mother, and I'm that type of person, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to push it on people or like that. So I brush it off, but I just be like I'm in my feelings type shit. I just need to be alone type shit.
You
That's
isolate yourself.
Right. That's why like holidays is like 50-50 for me.
Yeah.
Holidays I get it like, and I got mad friends who like I respect on like a different level. Cause like for holidays they'd be like, yo, come to our house. Like, yo, just come over here and rock with us Thanksgiving, Christmas and shit. And it depends on how I'm feeling. Some holidays I could just go rock out, have fun. And then some holidays it's like, yo, I appreciate the invite, but I don't want to be bothered. Like, and I don't think it's fair to go to somebody else's residence
and with that
energy and everybody, and then you just sitting like moping.
Just in your mode.
I don't like doing that. Especially somebody extend an invite. So it's like, I'd be like, yo, thank you, but like I'm good. Like I'll just.
Yeah.
So some people will be on some shit like that. Like if it's Thanksgiving, they'll pull up. Like,
to see you.
Yeah, or like yo.
You want a plate?
I'm outside, come get a plate type shit. Niggas feed me and shit.
Yeah, they feed you.
But that shit is tricky though. That shit mad tricky.
I think for me, I felt like that. I felt like that. For the most part, I felt like that. I could say one time when it dealt with my sons leaving. And shout out to my sons, man. They left.
About their age.
Yeah, just was talking about their ages, man.
You old.
Old, man, stop. I look good though, baby.
5, 7.
I look good, baby, for that. You know what I'm saying?
5,
but
7,
nah, they my sons moved down south when they was really young, and I could say it was Christmas, and I brought them to the house, and they was like, "Yeah, Dad, we're moving." And I'm like, y'all good. I could drive, son. I could come see y'all.
Right.
And they was like, no, we moving. I'm like, what you mean? And that I called their mom, and I'm like, what's this talk about? They saying they moving. And she said to me, oh, well, we moving down south. I said, what? Yeah. And I said, when y'all leaving? She said, I think 2 weeks. No, that shit broke me.
No real notice.
But I respect her, but for the fact that, and that shit broke me because I felt like they was my world, bro. If anybody know, like, I always had them in Virginia Park playing basketball. I remember I used to have a stroller and then have one nigga on my chest. You know what I'm saying? Walking the Ave. But
you be with the book bag and the
everything.
stroller.
I got the book bag, the stroller. But that was my world, man, and that shit broke me. And I just felt like I couldn't live with myself letting them leave. You get what I'm saying? But I came to that conclusion, and when I asked their mom, and she gave me a real answer, bro, and I respected her. She said to me, I know how much you loved them, and I know how much it would have hurt. So I didn't know how to tell you that I was taking him. I couldn't find the words to tell you that. And I respected her for that. Because
you're a great dad, bro.
I respected her for that.
I'm gonna keep telling you that though. You're
thank
a great
you.
Dad.
And I understood, but I'm glad at that point I was mentally able to see that them moving was better than them living here and growing up as men in Jersey City. And it's proven fact today. My kids in school, they get straight A's. They do what they gotta do. They come back here and visit, they hate it. And I hate that they hate it, but that was one instance. And I think the second one was my whole family leaving. You know, my mother lives in Vegas.
You kind of really the only one up here.
My sister lives in Vegas. Well, my sister lives in Germany.
You can't leave me.
Shut up.
You can't leave me.
My sister was in Germany. Bam, my twin brother moved to Vegas. And I just felt like I was by myself. My son's leaving, then my brother, my mother, my sister leaving. That was everything. And I just felt like I couldn't live by myself.
Your daughter too, right?
Kylie's here. Oh. But Kylie moved to Virginia recently too, about a year ago.
Right.
So it's like my world, like everything that I love and I cherish just was leaving me. And that's when that depression, that shit really, you know what I mean? It's really, a lot. That's a lot, bro. And it still is to this day. Like you said, around holidays, I get really, I don't know if you noticed, but I get really, like this Christmas, Thanksgiving, I was here.
I peeped it.
I was here.
I didn't, like, we didn't have a full conversation, but
for those holidays, I opened, like, we were supposed to be closed, and I was at the store.
We touched on it.
Yeah,
and,
you get what I'm saying? So that's tough.
You was open about, you was like, yo, I'm like the only one up here. And you was thinking about, busting the move, and I made my little joke.
Yeah, word. And that's why I love my brothers, man, forever. It's what Top Tier Smoke Shop. This is my family. You get what I'm saying? This is my family. I got outside family, like from my father's side, but this is my family. You get what I'm saying? But I think that was baby. We're going to go to the next topic.
I think this next topic is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because we both had,
baby.
The same.
I would kick your little ass, man.
Whoa.
Come on, let's go. Whoa. What's the topic? I'm going to say the topic.
Whoa.
The next topic is basketball days, baby.
Whoa.
Basketball days. Y'all know, I wasn't spooky then.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? I was cooking niggas. I had some rails and shit.
I
was going to bring the papers. Me and the papers with, you know what I mean? I was going to bring all the articles.
My handle was crazy.
Yeah, mine was too.
Yeah, so you would never.
Shit, I had to yo-yo.
You would never cook me, though.
I'm saying, niggas know.
And listen.
I'm going to ask the questions on this one.
Go ahead. I want you to.
You feel me?
I fit this nigga, bro.
Both of us talk about our basketball background and all of that, but give me a little insight on your basketball background.
So I always played basketball as a kid. Boom. Career in school. Played for 14. Shout out to Mr. Addison. He's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I tried out for... I went to Snyder High School. I tried out. Made varsity. We was suck, bro.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
Suck, bro.
You was good, though.
Hell
you was
yeah.
nice, bro.
So my sophomore year...
go
My sophomore year, we went to the second round of the playoffs. I dropped a career high, like 45. That shit hurt. Cause I'm like, damn, Snyder ain't been here before. My little ass. And we had Didi. Me and Didi had the shit on Smash. She was the 2, I was the 1.
Yeah, you was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front.
Like, junior year was when the whole, like, you start learning about, like, college scouts and shit.
Yeah, and all that, yeah.
I scored 1,000 points in high school.
Shout out to you. That's not easy.
Nah.
That ain't easy. I'm going to tell you else what ain't easy neither. A lot of people ain't do, but I'm glad.
I was getting player of the week. I was always in Jersey Journal.
Yeah, you was. I ain't
and they always described me. I was a little bit shorter then.
Yeah, you was a little bit.
So they always described me as height doesn't matter when it comes to LaShawn Overton.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
They always use that line.
You was like a little Tasmanian devil out there.
But you want to know what I liked about myself? As fast as I was.
You was under control.
Under control.
Under control.
I wasn't sloppy
really was.
with the ball.
No.
Like, yo, I remember a parent at a Snyder High School game. I think we played like Emerson, North Bergen. It was one of them teams.
Mm-hmm.
I crossed the girl. She fell, little ankle.
Yeah.
She had to get out.
Yeah.
I scored. You
Little
think they
ankle.
said they
I had
was,
to get out.
You think they said they was trying to sue me?
Hey, yo. That's crazy,
my mother
yo.
was like,
That's crazy. Nah, that's some other shit.
my mother
right
was
there.
like, what the? My mother walked from the stands around where
Yeah.
we sit at. That ain't happening. Not my baby. They better get back on this court and play. My mother was funny as hell. But I started getting scouts and shit coming to look at me. So one thing like people don't know is that like growing up my whole life, my mother always been sick.
Yeah.
So like since I was like 10 years old, I knew how to like go pay the bills, go food
Damn,
shopping.
shout out to you, Sean.
Like my mom's, I don't know how to
Shout
cook
out
though.
to you.
But
Yeah,
like
you
my
can't
mom,
cook. You always said that.
My mom's like
I don't
in
teach
and
you
out.
how to cook. I can do a little
Not
something in the
fucking
kitchen.
learning that.
You know what I mean?
My mother was
Spooky
like
get in the kitchen, baby.
in and out the
I whip it
hospital
up.
a lot and shit.
I could cook it and eat it.
So when I went to go make my decision and shit, I was like, all right, I didn't want to go far from my mom's.
Mm-hmm.
So the coach from NJCU at the time, she was on Hills. Like she kept coming to my fucking house, sitting in my fucking living room
Every day.
And I was already considering them because they was the closest.
Yeah.
And I already was thinking like, yo, I can't leave my mother type
Yeah.
shit. So I ended up getting a full scholarship to NJCU basketball and shit. That shit had been on some love and basketball type shit. I swear to God, bro.
Who's the nigga? Was it
No.
the female?
It was a woman's coach.
Yeah.
The first game, I'm
She was
on the
feeling you?
bench. Nah, she was like a stud, like
Yeah.
me. First game, I'm on the bench and I'm mad as hell. Like, yo, I'm coming out of high school. I started all 4 years. Nah, I ain't with this shit.
That's tough.
The point guard gets injured.
You get in.
She like, Overton, in.
Let's go.
Oh, I bet.
Kicked up.
What? Now I'm in college,
Yeah.
getting rookie of the week every week,
Mm.
putting up points.
I remember that, yo.
We going in, and then I fell victim to the streets my sophomore year. So I fell in my classes, and it was over.
That's a different subject. We gonna get to
that.
But for me, y'all know, man. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody that know me know, man. You get what I'm saying? I was playing ball since I was like 5, 6. Watching. Shout out to Baba from downtown, Bobby. I used to, when I was a kid, I remember as a kid looking out the window in Lafayette, and I seen a nigga out there playing with no basketball, with them big, thick-ass little shrimp shoes. I didn't know what they was then. I see Baba out there playing basketball and shit with no ball. I'm like, Ma, what is he doing? He look crazy. What he doing? She was like, ask him. I went to ask him. It was history from there. He taught me how to play ball. He taught me how to the technique. He taught me everything, yo. To me starting and then coming up, and that's how I got the name Wu. People don't know that. That's how
I never knew.
That's how I kind of got the name Wu from it. I mean, having handle, making niggas fall, and he's like Woo. And that's how I got the name Wu. You know what I'm saying? But at going from there to Boys Club. Shout out to Gary, rest in peace, Gary.
Yo,
too.
get out my
Word,
head,
yo,
bro. Cause
word.
when you finished talking, I was about to say
Rest in
like,
peace, Gary, Boys Club.
had mad opportunities
Word. He
there. Like I
changed my
started
life, yo.
AAU there.
Word.
Shout out to Reggie,
Word
Gary,
up.
Frank, Jerry.
Frank, that's my guy, Jerry.
Word
all
up.
them. But
and that
yeah,
helped me a lot too,
Word.
like AAU, like.
Yeah, shout out to Gary, man. Playing AAU. Then I went to Lincoln for my first year. Shout out to, I ain't really like Smith, yo. I can tell you a story about Smith. My freshman year, I was supposed to go to St. Anthony's. I had a situation during a blackout. We robbed extra. I was one of them niggas that would rob extra, some stupid dumb shit. Silly mistake. My mother didn't allow me to go to St. Anthony's. I had a full ride. My mother didn't allow me to.
Just real fast, you know what's crazy? They wanted me so
You should have went, yo.
bad.
That would have been it for you. You probably would have been that motherfucker.
Nah,
you calling.
you wanna know why I didn't want to go?
Yeah.
They already had too many stars.
Yeah.
So I was going to
did
be
at
on the
that
bench.
time.
I was going to be on the
Yeah.
bench.
They
Like
did.
we
But you
played,
play your role in that system. I think you would have been good.
we played them, and the coach automatically came to the side and grabbed me. Like, yo, would you consider coming here? And at first I was like, my
But
mom
right now,
don't
you
got
think
the
back
money.
then, you think you would have made a different decision? No. You still.
I told her, I'm like, yo, my mother don't got no money to be.
They
Like,
would've
I
gave
knew
it to
that.
you.
I knew that much, and she was like, we could work it out.
Yeah.
they had a fire starting five.
They did.
Like, I showed my ass on them.
Yeah, they did. Though.
They had a fire starting five, and then they had half a fucking bench.
Yeah.
That she could take five out
and put five in,
yeah. And
Same,
they could
the
carry
girls was good at that. I think
right.
Tiff went there.
Yeah,
too.
it was Tiff and all of them.
Tiff
They
and
could
all them
carry
did.
the rest of the game.
Yeah.
She even was calling other people to get in contact with me, and I'm like,
that's dope.
I'm not coming from somewhere where I'm starting. Like, yeah, we fucking suck.
Over, yeah.
But I made my presence
That's
known.
one thing I was
like,
gonna say too.
I'm the third woman in Snyder history to score 1,000 points.
Damn, that's dope. A lot of people can't say
So
that.
when I'm looking at it like, yo, I'm not about
to
to
drop my motherfucking mic.
Now you see what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I'm not about to come from a team like, yeah, we suck, but I'm not about to come from a team where I'm starting and then I'm gonna have to ride the and maybe that was just like pride and ego. But nah, that shit.
But yeah, for
I
me,
I couldn't rock with that.
I had a full sky, didn't go. I ended up going to Lincoln my first year, and I didn't know Smith. Not too many people in Lincoln knew of me because I was more so AAU and traveling. So when I first got there, we go to tryouts. I'm down there busting their ass. Tryouts over, they on one end, freshmen. They down there. I'm trying to leave. That nigga came over there and said, "Where you think you going?" I said, "Tryouts over. I'm going home." He said, Nah, I want to see something real quick. I said, "What you want to see?" He said, "They running the trap. I see you down there. You got a little hint. Let me see if you can break it." I said, "What trap? That? That ain't no trap." All right, bet. Let me see the ball. Let me see the ball.
I broke them all.
What?
But...
Broke them down. Rest in peace, Cal. Cal was on that team. I cooked that nigga so bad. The next time I tried to come down, the nigga punched me in my nuts. He said, "Bro, you ain't gonna be doing this shit here." Boom. I said, "Oh, you got it." But that's how I met Smith. I went to Lincoln one year. I ended up leaving Lincoln because, I feel like, that's why actually, like, my pride was in the way. I was a freshman. Their team wasn't too good, and he wanted me to start varsity as a freshman.
I couldn't.
I didn't want to do it. They had BG starting point guard.
I couldn't.
I was like, hell no. I'm playing now. I found out I'm starting JV. We doing our thing. It's me, Derek, me, D-Boy, Farad. It's a couple of us. We was undefeated.
I was trying to get the Lincoln.
Word up. So then that summer come. I'm not doing too good in Lincoln. We fighting and shit. Mm-hmm. Moody, Daryl Moody. I come home one day, be in the park. That nigga sitting on my porch. I'm like, yo, yeah. I'm like, I ain't like him. I used to play against him in the summertime. I ain't like him. I'm like, what the fuck you doing on my porch, yo? He like, where your mother at? Where my mother at? Fuck you mean? He like, no, I'm looking for your mother. I just opened this. I'm going to his coaching school. Create. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what the fuck that is. My mother don't come home. She ain't come home till tonight. I went upstairs. That nigga still sitting on the porch. By the time I'm like, damn, it's getting close. My mother about to come home. My mother comes home. He see her. He done convinced her. We go up there. I go to Create. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I could say is, I didn't know of Create. A lot of people didn't know of Create. I could say me and Curly, shout out to Curly, is one of the guys that actually opened the doors and started a program it opened eyes for people to learn what Create was. A lot of people didn't do that. I could say to this day, I started a basketball program that was really talented and that really went somewhere, that opened eyes, and people found out what Create was and who Create was through me. From me playing basketball there, me, Curly, then became Wawa, then Keith, then a lot of other people.
Niggas was really nice.
Niggas really nice. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, only thing that my problem was my anger.
I'm saying like our era.
Our era. We had a lot of talent.
Like, you know how many niggas, if we didn't get caught up in the streets, could have went somewhere, whether it was the league
or somewhere, bro.
Or some
I had a couple, but see what happened with my situation. And we gonna get into that. We are gonna go to the next question. When did you first start getting distracted from basketball?
Well, I kind of said it like in the first answer, but yeah, the streets. But it was my sophomore year in college. I found somebody that could do my homework, but I started slacking on that. I thought college was like high school, with I don't gotta be in class and the teacher's gonna pass me.
Mm-hmm.
That was a low percentage of it, but it really was the streets because I started getting turned up so much in the streets. Mm-hmm. It was like I just slowly was losing sight of basketball.
Word.
And then once they hit me with my GPA went too low, I was like, all right, fuck it.
You out of there?
Yeah. Now I went 100%
to the
Sean
block.
Brim. I was wilding.
Damn. Yeah, for me, I feel like we had a situation, right? Because I was in Create, nigga. And yeah, don't lie, that was my shit. Anybody, if you
They gonna
lie,
jump you.
bro, if you lie and say Create wasn't my shit, bro, I was the
Hey,
first
Wawa,
nigga.
pop that nigga ass,
Well,
Wawa.
I know. I was the only nigga from Create that was, we didn't even go out for lunch. I was going outside for lunch. Nigga, I was, what nigga you know on the intercom, they don't call you by your name. They was calling me Woo on the intercom. Woo, please come to the office. They had a fucking rule. Do not let Woo in your classroom if he ain't supposed to be in there. Cause I was me. That was my shit. You get what I'm saying?
Shit in Snyder.
And I lost sight of, you know what I'm saying? That's not when I lost sight, but I feel like we had a situation where our coach was fired and it was a lot behind it. And more so of like him getting fired, just totally took my love for basketball away because I had offers from Ohio University, St. Peter's. It was a couple other D2 AA schools, but I had some offers. But when he got fired, that kind of like took away from like the program. So the scouts that he was talking to, it was kind of like he couldn't do nothing with athletic department as far as the school was concerned because he was fired. So that kind of like hurt a lot of us, bro. That hurt a lot of us. So that took my love away. I just went to Keene, and I went to Keene. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, yo. We supposed to. I was the day of tryouts, right? Yo, my day of tryouts, bro. I was supposed to be at tryouts. The night before was a party. You get what I'm saying? The night before was a party. I missed tryouts. That coach came knocking on my door, and it was 2 girls in my bed. Not one, but 2. They got me though, yo. It was a girl that was doing my yo. I'm saying, look, I'm gonna take accountability. But I was supposed to be but still, they got me. A girl was doing my laundry. She lied me, doing my laundry for like 2 months. One night, she come in, yo, you need laundry done? Yeah. She like, all right, bring it in the laundry room. I brings it in the laundry room. The lights go out. I'm like, yo, stop playing. Who playing? I hear another voice. It's another girl.
They jumped.
I'm like, yo, stop playing. We ain't playing. They turned the lights on. They had, we school, so we in the dorms.
Right.
It's the weekend, nobody really there. I think it was like a Sunday. We had trials Monday. Bruh, when they turned that light on and them robes came off, nigga, what was I supposed to do?
You did what you was supposed to do.
But
now you missed tryout.
Spooky came out.
Oh my God.
We was in there having a time.
Fucking spooky.
Nigga, by the time I woke up, that door was like, Gibbs. I'm like, who that? My dumb ass get up and open the door. Like, oh.
Why the fuck would you?
I didn't know if it was the RA or somebody. I ain't know. I was speeding. Coach. I was done up. So not only did my love go away, nigga, the love that I was making made it go away. Took it away. Spooky was born. Spooky.
Yo.
What's the name of that show? When it's like, good times, we gonna spooky. Good times, spooky. I'm being good. I'm good.
Don't do this. Don't do the next one. Go to 4. Because I did some wild shit. That's
so,
the same question.
Were there any people who tried to guide you in a different direction? And what did they say?
Like, I had support. There was people that guided me, like, you want to know what's crazy, though? Because when I was playing at NJCU, the men's coach at the time, I forgot his name and shit. Because you know how the NJCU gym is. Mm-hmm. So on one side, and then we had like the curtain closed and the boys. And one day at the practice, the men's coach, the head coach, came to me and he was like, "Yo, would you consider overseas?" And I was like, "Huh?" He was like I got a plug, like I could train you if you like. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Damn, Shorty, I didn't know that.
It's like my mother never made me feel nothing. If she ever went through something. And my mother bust her ass to keep a roof over her head, keep me up to date in all clothes, anything I wanted. I'm the only child. So how I was looking at it, like, I could do something I love, and I could make sure my mom's is straight financially.
Yeah.
So I told him, yeah.
Yeah.
So he like, yo, when we finished, because us and the boys would finish prep at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He like, yo, like 30 minutes after, he like, you stay behind. 30 minutes after, he like, I'm going to start training with you. He like, yo, I'm going to treat you like how I treat my boys. I'm like, all right, I'm built for it. And remember, I was fast as hell, so.
Word up. You still go fast?
Hell no, I'm out of shape. Like, I wouldn't even pick up a basketball. I ain't doing
I remember
with
last time I picked up a ball.
I ain't embarrassing myself like that.
Not me.
And he was on some shit like, yo, like, I'ma train you, I'ma plug you, and it's going like both there. But I don't think like guide me in a different direction. Like even when I stopped the shit, I think for me, I was already too far deep. Like you said, I used to always be like, man, I do what I want.
Yeah, you was
everybody was tired of that shit with me.
Yeah,
They just like, oh boy, your little ass don't listen. You don't listen. So, people would say stuff, or it was kind of like even the coach was like, yo, get your GPA up. I'm gonna put you back on the team type shit. There was people around me that was saying shit, but I just, when I think about it, I was too far gone. I was too far gone.
For me, I feel like my mother, shout out to my mother, man. Shout out to my mother, yo. My mother didn't know too much about basketball, but she loved that I loved it. And it was at one point, I think, like, she loved it a lot. Like, she loved it because I loved it, and she knew that it made me happy. And it crushed her when I stopped. It crushed her. Like, my mother was so, like, into
I think
it.
The same for my
mom. She thought I was, like, I think for a lot of people, yo, they thought I was going to be, like, something. That's how talented I was. But I feel like my anger took away from my talent.
Yeah, you have, well, I ain't going to hold you.
Yeah.
Your anger was...
Yeah.
I remember seeing you wilding out some games. Like, damn. Like...
Fighting refs, fighting on the court.
Yeah, I was a play fiend. Yeah, I remember my coach took me out the game one time because I passed the ball.
I ain't talking about my accolades while I was passing the ball. Like, I think I don't know if anybody's ever done this, but I had 1,000 assists in 3 years at Create. 1,000.
That nigga told me in a timeout, don't pass the ball, take over for the rest of the game. But my points, assists, and steals for every game was always like double type, double shot. Get in. That trap.
You ain't really had nobody to pass the ball to though.
Yeah, my sentence was ass, bro. And I was spaz on them on the court though. Especially you throw a fire pass.
I was about to say that, bro. You had your moments too. I was extra on the court.
Niggas couldn't stop me. So that trap shit ain't work. Like when we play like Emerson, North Bergen, all of them motherfucking white girls will walk in and the coaches be like, you know what they gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we about to tip for the ball. It's already 2 of them standing by me. And I'd be like, now y'all know I'ma hit you.
Word.
Hit you. So when you about to go up and now they coming, you get a fire pass, somebody misses.
Ooh, that hurt.
You mother.
That hurt.
But yo, that nigga told me don't pass the ball. Woo. After the timeout, I got back in the game. I passed the ball. And they was like, timeout.
So again? I ain't really, bro, that shit was crazy.
When the ref said, like, timeout, that nigga picked up the chair and threw the shit.
Damn, that's deep.
He did all that shit because I passed the ball. Like, I wasn't no fucking jock, bro.
No, they was wondering why y'all, yo, that's crazy.
Nah, nigga, I was trying to go to Lincoln for real.
Word, I was about to say that.
If I wouldn't, and Coach Best was on my ass.
If we would have went to Lincoln, baby, it'd have been a pro. I say that too. I said, yo,
championship.
I wanted to go back to Lincoln and play because all they was missing was a guard like me that could see the floor, that knew how to play the point, who know how to control the game.
I think we would have won like 2 or 3 championships.
Word. I think Lincoln would have went further too.
We had all the right pieces.
I think we
was all friends, so that shit was like.
Y'all was all together every day. That bond and that chemistry.
Playing in Virginia, the chemistry was crazy. We want to know.
Because we used to play against y'all in Virginia. Y'all used to beat us sometimes.
We used to kick the boys.
Word. Y'all used to get us sometimes.
You want to know what's so crazy though? Cause like I remember Lincoln playing Shabazz.
Yeah.
And Coach.
I remember you told me you about to get somebody in trouble.
This is old.
You played for Lincoln and you was going to Snyder.
Coach Best was like, I got a jersey.
That's how you know you that nigga.
He like, I got a jersey for you. Come on, like where you go? He like over north. I'm like, huh? He's like,
that's how you. You know how I knew
when I knew when I was
that nigga, yo. when St. Anthony's did what they did to me. When we played St. Anthony's and they whole game plan, shout out to Cheeks, man, Dominique Cheeks. I was with Cheeks that night. He said, yo, we got a game plan for y'all. I said, what y'all gonna do? Stop Keith? Stop Wawa? He said, mm-mm. Because we had beat them in the championship in Hamilton. We embarrassed them. That shit was in the paper. Like, yeah, Create takes over the county.
Yeah,
I feel for like it was St.
I think I
Anthony's,
remember that.
then us.
Yeah.
And then whoever else. Because we was like the second best team in Jersey City. But that whole game plan, bro, that's when I knew I was that nigga. Till when they was the only people that figured it out. Everything ran through me. I was the key to the engine that ran us. I set everything up. I put everybody in the right position. And they got the fucking ball out of my hands. And let me tell you something. I never got that ball back. It was two niggas guard me not to get the ball back.
But
I
that's
said,
how
this
the shit
real.
was with Emerson, North Bergen.
This shit real.
They would, of course,
I was frustrated.
Watch film.
I didn't know what the fuck they was
They
running.
would have assistant coaches at our games. So
yeah, that's how it was.
When
They
it
knew
came
you was the
time
star
for,
person.
They whole fucking plays was to double team her and
you.
stop her. And you know motherfuckers get red.
Yeah.
Their coaches would be,
Because they can't do it.
You can't stop
Yeah,
me, bro.
they tried, but
I
did it.
love that I was fast and I had handle and control
yeah,
the ball
yeah.
and I wasn't sloppy. Like,
I used to be making everybody fall. I had niggas terrified, you know. Niggas was terrified. Niggas like, I got him. No, you got him. I promise you, I may at least have Jersey City fall, yo. Had to. Stamp that. Had to.
Yo,
Niggas can't deny that, yo.
I got a few under the belt.
So I think we answered the next question.
What? What would you tell your younger self if you could go back?
Yeah, I think I asked you that.
I only got one sentence though.
What would you tell your younger self if you go back?
My fault, but I don't regret anything because it made me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
But if we had a fucking time machine in life,
yeah,
and I could go back,
yeah,
I would have went the whole way through. Even if it would have been overseas to the WNBA,
yeah,
I would have took that shit.
I could see you too. When I seen you back then,
I would have took that shit.
I was saying like you was one of them people that should have made it. I never even looked at myself as a person that could have made it. I just looked at myself like I had talent and I was gonna use it to get education.
I would just tell myself like stick it through.
Yeah.
Like this your way out.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing.
For me, I feel like if I could go back, I would my anger.
Yeah, I would get you an evaluation.
Yeah, I would
go with you and sip it. Hold your hand
channel
and
my
everything.
anger differently. I would really channel my anger differently.
Nigga out here fighting refs. Who
Word.
the fuck fights refs?
I would channel my anger differently.
Draymond Green.
I really was like a Draymond Green ass nigga on the court, yo. Everybody say that.
I don't know why that nigga not out the league yet, but that's another conversation.
I would, for my anger, and I would put more work into my craft. Because I feel like we didn't have the opportunities kids have now. Like, they could go to the gym after hours. They got trainers. We ain't had that, yo. Creating even had their own gym.
That sucked for y'all, but like we had Boys and Girls Club, we had AAU, we
had all that,
Armory,
yo. Gary made sure, yo.
And again,
rest in peace to Gary, yo.
Gary gave my first job at the Boys and Girls
Word,
Club.
that's dope, yo. I seen Gary not too long ago. I was with my daughter, right? And Gary, one of those people, like, he don't forget nobody, bro.
Nobody.
I seen him, and he said, first thing he said to my daughter was, you see your father? I want you to give him the same thing he gave me growing up, because he was a problem for me. I didn't know what to do with your father. I'm like, Gary, I'm changed, Gary. I don't have that same anger I used to have.
But one thing about it is he gave us mad opportunities.
He did, yo. He did.
He really had a bond with all
he
of us.
Did.
Especially when
everybody,
he saw
everybody,
especially with the people that was athletic into sports.
What?
And being that he had the AAU day going on down there, he really invested into niggas.
We went mad places,
hell yeah.
So the next question is, what advice would you give the young athletes about staying focused, balancing sports life, and avoiding the same mistakes?
Listen and listen carefully, okay? If you're an athlete and, y'all got it so much better. Y'all get NIL money. Y'all could red shirt, play 5 years instead of 4. Stick it through. Be consistent. Show up. Work hard. Control your anger and your attitude too, because college coaches will go for somebody else and skip over you if
Word,
they feel like you're
word,
not coachable.
word.
But most importantly, stay consistent. Stay in the gym. Chase after your dreams. Go after these opportunities that's out here, because you guys have so much more than what we had.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see your future, D1 college, NBA, WNBA, NFL, MLB, whatever it is, gymnastics, go for it. Don't let the streets get in your way. Don't let friends stagnate you. Don't let nobody talk you out your dreams. Stick to it. Even if it takes 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you in the gym, you in the weight room. Give it your all. Because when the draft day come and you hear your name,
Mm-hmm.
and you could take care of your family and you could do what you love for the rest of your life, it's all worth it. So that's my advice. And, not to throw a shot or try to be funny, but be better than us. We done shared our stories. We took what we had for granted. Two talented people who could have been overseas or in the league. We, being that you guys have the talent that we had and you have the opportunity to go further, be better than us. Show up for the city. Shout out to Auburn.
Absolutely. Shout out
Tahar
to my good brother.
Pettiford.
Shout out to my good brother.
Tahar Pettiford. And he at Auburn
Auburn College going off.
showing
man.
his
Putting on
ass.
for the city, yo.
Freshman. Shout
Putting
out
on
to
for the
him.
city.
Shout out. Keep going, bro. Because you going.
Going.
Freshman
Definitely
putting up
on
numbers
for
like
the
that,
city.
you going.
He putting on for the city.
Word up. So this next one.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna piggyback up that. That was perfect. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Next topic. Emotions. If I would have been like a musician.
I'm emotional and I can't let go.
I would have been a musician.
And I'm trying to.
This nigga a musician. We in the studio getting it right. Take it from the top. Take it from the top.
I don't even know the word. He said, I'm emotional.
Your favorite duo.
And I can't let go.
Ad-libs.
And I'm trying to hold on you.
March 1st. And then that's what
Food stamps.
That's what we bring in Ride Out.
Ride out.
You don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
I'm falling for you and I'm... Alright, for real, y'all. Next topic, we're going to talk about emotions. So I did that a lot, this outline. I got to tighten up. But the first two kind of go together. Expecting people to be the same way as you no, it's not the first two. It's second and third. So the first one is expecting people to be the same way as you. That's a lot. Hold on, let me rephrase that. I feel like a lot of us battle with that a lot. Especially in friendships, right? It happens in relationships, but I want to use friendship as an example. And I use us as an example.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're two giving people. Get the shirts off our back, show up for people, do this. But I feel like when you have like two different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have people who do that and don't care if it's reciprocated.
Yeah.
And then you have people who do that and cares that it's reciprocated.
Yeah.
But I think it's a sense of that's how it's supposed to be. Like, if I could do that for you, you should be able to do that for me.
But I don't expect you to.
Right. Or, like, some people say a lot, don't ask you for shit I can't ask you for.
When that's really not the case. I don't think people should say that. But that's another subject.
It's the expectation.
It's the expectation.
Like, it's crazy because I be saying shit a lot, but it's just mad shit that I done really learned in, like, the last 3 years. But it's just, like, setting expectations leads to disappointment. Because when you think about it, if I'm in here and it's plenty of times, for example, you done said like, yo, I'm at the shop, like, go run and do this for me, or hey, yo, I want to run and do this, hold me down for a few minutes. And then if it was vice versa and you don't do it, and it's like, bro, like, dang, I did it for you, And me and you joke like
we
that.
might joke like that, but we
right,
don't give a fuck.
But in reality, we come through for each other.
Absolutely.
But it's just situation like I know like setting expectations lead to disappointment.
All the time.
But I feel like the whole fucking shit contradicts itself.
It do.
Because if you come through for somebody, whether they friend in a relationship, you do expect that back.
Yeah, you
but
do.
Then it's like, you shouldn't be expecting that. You just do it from the kindness of your heart.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that it's not from the kindness of your heart. But it's like, yo,
I should be able to count on
I got
you too.
you, have me how I got you type
Yeah.
shit. So I feel like the whole narrative contradicts itself.
It does.
And then people try to make you feel bad or they big you up with being, the whole shit contradicts itself.
It does, but I feel like
it contradicts itself.
In that scenario, as far as like you said, it hurts because like what's the quote you just said?
Setting expectations leads to disappointment.
Setting expectations leads to disappointment, and it does. And I could use, a lot of examples, but like you said, we too giving people, and I feel like, and I always say this, a lot of us, as far as in the smoke shop, right? I think we all fuck with each other and we bond the way we do because we are similar in that way. We all giving people. We all have good hearts.
We all motivate
each other, and it's like I'm learning that, and I'm finally to that point to where I do so much for people, right? And I've learned, and I preached it a lot, to not look for myself in other people, because when you do that, it hurts when they don't do what you expect them to do, because you know who you are as a person, how hard you go for people, and when it's not reciprocated, it's like, damn, you get what I'm saying? But like you said, it contradicts itself. But for the most part, what I've learned, and that's helping me, this is how you stay at peace, because you do things because, and this is what I always say, and I don't know if you heard me say this, but never let the actions of another person change who you are.
Right. You just gotta start changing who you good to.
You just change who you good to, right? But don't let you being good to other people and then one person fucked it up, and then now you like, man, I'm not doing nothing else for nobody. Da 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 da.
Because that's
the reaction. That's the main thing you go to. So I've learned that, and I'm man enough to say that I've had to learn that, because I do so much for a lot of people. I don't ask for nothing in turn. Even with the way I hustle, you know me, I'll put the prices at unbelievable price, because I always try to at least give back and do something good.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I just try to remain who I am, but I've learned to not look for myself and other people, because that shit hurts. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it contradicts itself. So it's the love you give, the love you receive.
So,
and I think we just touched on that.
Yeah. So that's my fault. I kind of put when
it's
I
okay.
should just put them together, and then the next one should be reciprocal. Which it should be. We touched on that too.
Yeah.
This is funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. The next one, we kind of touched on that too. In the street, showing emotions is often seen as weakness. Do you think that should be fair? We didn't say if it's fair or not. I don't think it should. It shouldn't. Hold on, pause, because I think I'm confusing my answer. Often seen as weakness. Do you think that should be fair? No, it's not fair. I feel like I say this a lot. I say a lot of shit a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep saying this shit because it be facts. But we are all humans. We are human beings, bro. We have feelings. We have emotions. Like, niggas has a heart that beat out inside, outside of your body, whatever the quote is. So it's not fair that just because you're in the streets, you can't show a weakness. It's different from, like, people will try to say that and be like, yo, like, I can't show no weakness unless somebody get one up on me and shit. And it's like, nah, we not putting it in that category. We saying in the sense of the shit that happens in the streets and the things that you suffer and deal with, you should be able to be weak. You should be able to show emotion. You should be able to feel. Goes back to what I said a little bit earlier. The whole image of I gotta be Mr. Tough Guy and I can't do this and I can't do that. Like, nah, shit hurts. And then niggas deal with life shit a lot. So when you're dealing with street shit and then with life shit and then you gotta come outside and be Mr. Tough Guy and then you got crash out moments and shit.
You I don't feel like emotion in.
Word. Because you holding up emotions, anger, all that shit. So I feel like it's a situation where it shouldn't be fair. Like, yo, you should be able to express yourself, show your emotions. Yeah. You speak on the shop a lot and like our brotherhood in here and stuff like that. I think the most important part for us in here, beyond like being friends, is like everybody that's in here on a daily, consistent basis has something going on. Whether it's a 9 to 5 and a side hustle or something like that, everybody has something going on, so everybody can gravitate and jump off each other. Yeah, ideas, even to the point, make the actions behind it. Yeah, everybody can help each other and grow in some type of way. Yeah. But on the other side is we're all open with each other on an emotional, vulnerable level. Yeah, like niggas could really. It could be 4 or 5 of us in here and we can have an open, vulnerable conversation about some deep shit that people will probably be like, niggas will probably look like niggas don't talk about no shit like that. Yeah, but we really be in here having real life beat downs about life and like emotions, vulnerability, shit that's going on. So I don't think it's fair. I just feel like, especially like,
not to cut you off, remember before episode 2 we talked about therapy. We was in here talking about therapy.
Right. Like, the shit that I just know, like, how people think, like, y'all niggas just in here bullshitting all day. Nope. Niggas don't be in here bullshitting all majority of the time. Yeah. But the conversations that we have, things we talk about. It was even
to the point where niggas was like, yo, start a live stream in here. Word. It'll really be that.
That shit would be so funny.
But it would be so helpful too.
This shop hilarious. Like the customers that come in here funny.
The shit I gotta deal with on a daily basis, bro. I'm telling you, that and then dealing with my kids. Kylie just told me she got a boyfriend, boy. Oh. I'm ready. Boy, I'm stressed out. That's why I said a 5 people.
Maybe you need a cigarette.
Shit. A pack. But I feel like, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I feel like, and that, like, I just want to say something, right? Do you know how gangster it is to be able to control your emotions? Do you know how gangster it is to not crash out? Do you know how gangster it is to not be a follower? Do you know how gangster it is to stand on your own too? Do you know how gangster that is? To talk about the street shit, it's easy to crash out. Mm-hmm. It's easy to go out here and do shit. It's hard to control your emotions. You know how gangster that is? To be able to control
niggas don't look at it that
how you act outside in the streets.
Right.
You know how gangster that is? That's gangster, nigga. Mm-hmm. To be able to go home at night and go home to your kids every night. To be able to have a 9 to 5. You know how gangster that is in the streets, bro? I don't think y'all really understand how gangster that is. And we don't want it to take you to get to our age to realize that. You can realize that shit now. That it's gangster to tell somebody you love them. It's gangster to tell your friend not to do that shit. It's gangster to have emotional conversations with people. It's gangster to be open with changing your life. It's gangster to tell somebody, yo, I need therapy. It's gangster to tell somebody, yo, I'm going through X, Y, and Z. Yo, how do I get help, bro? It's gangster to say, yo, I don't really want to do that shit, bro. That's gangster, bro. Because it's easy to do all the other shit, bro. It's beyond easy to do the other shit. You could walk out the house tomorrow and do some gangster shit. It's that easy. But it's gangster to actually control your emotions and to control everything that's going on around you. That's gangster, bro. That's gangster. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel.
People just don't look at it that way. But I agree with you 100%.
I think I just fucking said it. Just answered that.
the next question?
Yeah. Do you think most people are in control of their emotions, or do their emotions control them?
You answered that. Stop being crash outs.
Yeah.
Stop being crash outs.
And it's not
Think
even
that shit crash
yeah.
out turn to 10, 15 years, bro.
And it's not even crashing out on just in the streets. It's just like a lot of other shit too.
Yeah, because outside of the street, crash outs could stop your opportunities, could shut you out of places,
Close
could get
some
you
doors.
removed from places, close some doors. You could be up, be down. So, yeah, get control of your
It's
emotions.
gangster the controller, bro. I'm still learning. We all still learning, bro.
But I mentioned that earlier. Like I feel like you always gonna learn and grow.
Always
You should
learning
be
and
open
growing
to
every
do
day,
so.
yo.
I want to be 50 years old still learning.
Still learning.
Like,
still taking constructive criticism. Still, that's life, bro. It's
absolutely.
life. Everybody got emotions. Stop. You don't have to hide it, bro. I used to keep. Let me explain to y'all. I used to keep so much shit built up in, bro. And that's why when I was playing basketball, when I got on that court, all of that shit would come out. And I didn't learn that till I got older. Because I didn't want to talk to people and express myself or really tell people what was going on with me. Because I was playing this tough guy role. Fighting all the time. Just being, you know what I'm saying? So it took me to have my first child for me to actually understand and learn to control my emotions so my son wouldn't see that. So you still learning, bro. You still every day, but I can't imagine where I would be if I still had that same anger I had back then now. I can't imagine. You get what I'm saying? But you live and you learn. And we all still learning.
So I think
Whoa, baby.
I think I may get some little backlash because I don't got no
they gonna
kids.
be in the DMs for this one.
Yeah, because I don't got no little one. However, I know how to read the room.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends in situations like
Thank
this.
God I ain't one of them.
But let me tell y'all something in the best way that I can, and it's not throwing no shots, but this was the conversation that we was having. I know a lot of men who I can say to you, to this camera, right now, that are good fathers. 100%. But on child support.
Whew.
And with some of them, it comes from bitter baby mothers.
A lot of them.
And even with getting with the court orders, okay, you have to pay $250, and I'm using an example.
Niggas still do more.
But yeah, you gotta pay $250 a week. You gotta get your child 2 days out the week, and they abide by that, and then do way more. And then it's like, and no, I don't know everybody's business and stuff like that, but I just be feeling like, with some people that shit is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, niggas is out here being fucking dads, and I think a lot of the excuses is, I'm not gonna say excuses, I take that word back. I think a lot of the reasons is like, I hear a lot of mothers say, well, the kid lives with me, so I have to do more, which I understand.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, you have to wake up early to get yourself ready for work, them ready for school.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta adjust your schedule. Sometimes, not all the time,
all
but
the time, yeah.
what time you getting off to get them from school,
They
or have them in the
after
after school program. But then you got situations where you have a great co-parent
situation,
and y'all are able to balance that out.
Yeah.
And you still got this nigga on child support, and it's unfair. So,
yeah.
And in the situations out here where we could just all be honest here, certain niggas shouldn't be on child support.
They shouldn't.
And we're talking about in general. Here.
And a lot of
like,
go ahead.
No, I just want to say that.
For the most part, child support is not for active fathers. That's just it. It's not for active fathers, because I know a lot of niggas out here that don't do shit, and they ain't on child support.
Deadbeat niggas get treated better than good fathers.
What?
Yo, niggas said that the other day, and it's like, yo, when you think about it, deadbeat niggas get treated better than good fathers.
They do.
And you can't be no motherfucking deadbeat around me.
Absolutely, yeah, I get it. But my thing is, active fathers shouldn't be on child support.
No. Like,
That's
no
just-
shit is not going to...
No shit is not perfect, and
It's
shit is
not
not
gonna always be on the same page.
We're not saying 100% of this, right? But most of the times, dads are on child support because of a failed relationship. Not because of them not being able to provide, not because they're not active. Most of the time is because you want to do something to hurt that person, which isn't fair. And for the most part, some niggas don't even get the chance to do nothing. They on child support since from day one, which is crazy. You get what I'm saying? Yo, it was crazy. I seen niggas, when niggas said Trump changed the law that said
That nigga made
if
that
you
shit
fucking on child support, you could claim your kids on your taxes. Niggas was walking up inside down Jackson like, yo, y'all heard that shit? Trump changed the law.
To know that nigga made that
What?
shit up just to go viral.
One nigga
on
made
a
that
video
shit up, went
was
viral, and that
crazy,
shit took
bro.
over the world.
And then he made a video.
Saying that he lied. Y'all ain't hear that shit from Trump. Y'all ain't hear that shit from nobody.
Nigga, yo, you gotta respect it, though.
That's how you know.
Niggas
will
was
listen to
happy.
anything on the fucking internet.
Yeah, but niggas was happy.
Niggas was happy.
Niggas was
that
happy
was
as
one
hell,
time
bro.
niggas was happy.
Niggas was really
But I'm gonna
happy,
give y'all
bro.
some information, right? And I think this is a little true though. But if you're on child support and you're paying it and you're not in the arrears, right? You can go up to that courthouse and request that you and that female split the filing taxes. You could take 1 year, they could take 1 year. So that's another option for you guys. You get what I'm saying? That's another option for you guys.
I didn't even know
And some
that
women
exists.
on welfare and they need the father to be on child support so they can do better and they could get the food stamps and the assistance. I get it. I understand. We're not saying everybody doesn't deserve to be on child support, but we're saying of the good fathers who are active, who are in good co-parenting situations, should not be on child support.
At all.
No way whatsoever. And if you a nigga that's doing that, don't be double dicking.
What?
Don't double dick.
What the fuck is
Don't
that?
be fucking your baby mother and you talking about I'm on child support and I don't
What
fuck
the
with
fuck
her
is that?
and you double dicking. You're still fucking the baby mother.
had lost
You're
me. I
doing a
didn't
lot
know
of
what the
shit
fuck
going
that
on.
was.
I heard that from Drewski.
The comedian?
Yeah, you're double dicking.
He's wild.
You're double dicking.
That
You know what I'm
nigga
saying?
is
But
wild.
you know what I'm saying? That's all we saying. You get what I'm saying? That's all we saying.
That nigga is wild.
He be wildin'. I gotta get that nigga
You gonna
on
get that
some
nigga to what?
spooky shit. Like, yo,
Oh,
shout
boy.
out to Spookies, man.
Oh boy.
Shout out to Spookies, man. We gonna have some merch. I'm gonna get y'all right. I just was in talks with a manufacturer. I'm gonna get y'all right,
was
man.
with what?
If you wanna be down with the Spookies, hit up my Instagram.
It's
It's
crazy.
WOO_SPEWKEY. Get with me. We gonna be
came to the
live and direct,
conclusion
baby. We gonna be
that
outside. I got a
have
couple people that wanna be down.
Crazy ass co-host.
I'm just saying, this is the facts. I've been good the whole episode, and I'm just trying to get some game.
I have came to that conclusion.
You get what I'm saying? And then I was also thinking about, I don't know, probably after this, I ain't talked to Shawnee about this yet. I'm going to go on, I want to do like one of them shows.
What shows?
Like when you find love. Like, we can have a couple people
Love
in here.
Island?
Love Island. Love
You
Smoke
want to
Shop.
go on Love Island?
Love Smoke Shop.
No.
I'm going to have some
first
people
of all, you're
on
not
here.
bringing that in the smoke shop.
We gonna have some people in here. I
No,
want
the
to
fuck
do
you
some
not.
shit like that. Love Island with the Spookies.
You go on Love
Island with
you-
the Spookies.
You go on Love Island.
To find love. Love
For all
Island
that,
with the
nigga,
Spookies.
go speed dating.
Speed dating? I also want to do something too, right? You know how they be having that thing where they go up there and they got the girls lined up and they pop the balloon? I want to be on that.
shit.
Somebody get me on there. Get me on there. I want to sign up for that. I want to go up.
The fact that somebody really gonna give you the information is
go.
gonna blow
I
my
want to get
shit.
on there. I want to see how many people could pop the balloon.
I will go with you just to laugh
When you
at you.
like, you gonna pop the balloon on this? Huh? You gonna pop the balloon? Let me know. You gonna pop the balloon? Is you gonna pop the
This
balloon?
nigga is a nutcase.
Shout out to Spookies, man.
He needs an evaluation.
Shout out to Spookies, man. That's all I wanted to say. There's a couple things I want us to do as far as the spooky shit go. But that's just a few of them.
This nigga is crazy. Feedback from episode 2. Thank you.
Be honest, I was a mess.
I was talking about from the people.
Oh,
but if you want to put your shit out there, this motherfucker showed his ass episode 2, which everybody know.
Yo, that was the. I'm gonna be honest, I mixed the wine with the Don Julio.
He blames everything.
Lord have mercy.
Except for himself. I couldn't get a word out in episode 2.
Yeah.
We had an adult conversation. So he said that he's working on it, and then I took him for evaluation earlier.
You fucking lying. You ain't take me for no fucking evaluation. You just said I need one. How the fuck you took me for one?
A prescription for Adderall.
What?
So,
you were now you lying on camera.
Feedback from episode 2 from the followers and the viewers. Thank you. Even though we got in trouble.
I got in trouble, y'all.
We appreciate.
But I'm not in trouble.
We appreciate everything. We thank y'all to the fullest. Please like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Shorty Talks Podcast. Follow our Instagram, the Shorty Talks Podcast.
Please follow, yo.
We are very engaged.
We engaged, and we getting over.
He runs the Instagram.
No, I don't. You too. We getting over. We getting over 10,000 views on Instagram. Just like, subscribe, follow. You get what I'm saying? Repost.
Manifestation
do y'all things,
is
man.
real. I like that.
We had 10,000 views on Instagram.
We did?
We did.
On your page?
Yeah. No. Yes, we did.
On the road?
Yes, we did.
Ooh,
yes, we did.
Us.
Yes, we did.
Do my dance.
Yes,
do my
did.
dance. Hold on, squad.
Yes, we did. 11.5. 89. 6,000. 7. We up there.
Bitch,
we
outside tonight.
Oh, bitch, we outside
tonight. But for real.
Yeah, for real.
We
like,
really
subscribe.
We thank y'all. And comment.
We getting a lot of good feedback.
Instagram, YouTube. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for the people who like, yo, what episode?
We appreciate
I'm waiting for
y'all,
next
man.
week. Seriously,
we
like, I give it up for y'all.
We only on episode 3. We getting a lot of love and support from the city.
Don't worry. Consistency is here. Every week is here. Motivational quote to end the episode. In order to change someone else's lives, you have to change yours.
Absolutely.
That's the quote for this week. We want to thank y'all again, and again.
We out. It's a wrap.